Hey, so tonight's live, we are going to be talking about multi-level marketing companies and pyramid schemes. Not many people know the differences, and I wanted to first of all talk about the differences between a multi-level marketing company and a pyramid scheme. So, first of all, let's start talking about the differences, and after we've spoke about the differences, I will then start talking about the pros and cons of the multi-level marketing companies. So, a multi-level marketing company is a channel where a marketing strategy channel that companies use to sell a product. So they sell a tangible product, and it's a marketing strategy using people as distributors to sell that product, and they have different levels of compensation schemes. You can earn money from them, but the way to earn money is usually to recruit people and take money from their downlines. A pyramid scheme is often disguised as a multi-level marketing company, but in fact it has no product and service. It's fraudulent, it's illegal, and they are fake investments, but they're often disguised as multi-level marketing companies, which is one of the reasons that multi-level marketing companies get such a bad reputation, because pyramid schemes are disguised as multi-level marketing companies. And unless you know the difference and to recognise those scams, you can often feel like you're a victim of a multi-level marketing company when actually you're a victim of an illegal pyramid scheme. Multi-level marketing companies are a legal multi-million pound industry that is a legal channel to sell actual products and is not a pyramid scheme. So they're the main differences. So with a pyramid scheme, there is no products or service. It is a fraudulent scam. It's illegal. They are fake investments, and it is often disguised as a multi-level marketing company. Whereas a multi-level marketing company is selling an actual tangible product. It's a marketing strategy. It is legal, and you are selling an actual product through different kind of distributors and through various means, but you're selling an actual product, so you're going to be buying an actual product. So they're the main differences, and it's really important that you don't associate them with each other. So one's legal, one's illegal, one's selling a product, one's a scam. So they're the main differences, and most of the people that have lost thousands and thousands of pounds have been victims of pyramid schemes. So let's talk about some of the benefits and some of the negatives of multi-level marketing companies. Now, I have been a distributor for two multi-level marketing companies. One of them I made quite a bit of money as a single parent. The other one I could have if I wanted to, I just chose not to. So personally, I chose to join a multi-level marketing company. I'm not going to name what it is, but I chose to join one because I liked the products. I wanted to create an income around my young child at the time, but I knew I couldn't go to work. I was also very isolated as a parent, as a new parent, and a single parent who had fled domestic abuse, very isolated, didn't have many friends, and I also wanted to have that community around me that a multi-level marketing company at that time brought me, and the extra income. The income was an extra bonus. However, I believe I was successful as a distributor of a multi-level marketing company because I already had the skills to sell. I already had marketing experience. I already had a bit of business know-how, whereas my upline taught me to spam Facebook, to spam groups, to sell, and I knew that wasn't the right way to go about things. So if I'd followed her advice, I probably would have lost money. However, there is people that have lost money. There is people that are making significant amounts of money. And there are pros and cons, as with any business. So one of the main good things about multi-level marketing is the ability to be able to make money and consistently make money. As you build your team, you make money from their sales. So when I was working for a multi-level marketing company, I recruited other people and I took a commission of what they sold. However, the reason why I was successful is that is because I was able to train them to do the same. I didn't train them to be spammy. I didn't train them with poor practices. I trained them how I'd learn as a business professional. So I treated my multi-level marketing company as a business. I worked at it 9 till 5. Those kind of hours, but it wasn't those exact hours. But I did it as a full-time job. I didn't amass it around my child, but I still worked a set amount of hours. So I did have a positive experience, but I did run my multi-level marketing company as a business and not as a side hobby. So I did make money, not as much as a full-time business, but I was able to run it around my child. So I was able to make money. However, I know many girls who get sucked in by products just to meet targets and end up getting into significant amount of debt. Now, this is not necessarily the multi-level marketing company's fault. This is because they are trained poorly by their uplines, and their uplines are probably trained poorly by their uplines. But if someone is making you feel uncomfortable and putting pressure on you to get into debt and to buy products that you don't feel like you can sell, then one, you need to tell your upline that you know what they're doing so they're aware of it, and two, you might need to go to a different upline. I have, many of you may know her, I have a girl who runs my social media. She's absolutely lovely. She runs a couple of multi-level marketing companies, businesses, and she had an upline who constantly put pressure on her to get into debt and buy products just to meet her targets, and she ended up not making any money. Yes, she'd been successful in other multi-level marketing businesses. So she then changed she left and went back to the company through a different upline, and she is now very successful with that same company, but with a different upline and different training. So there is absolutely success stories in multi-level marketing, but with any business, you can't suddenly say I'm going to be a hairdresser if you've not had the right kind of training. There's good hairdressers, there's bad hairdressers, and it's the same with multi-level marketing companies and multi-level marketing businesses. Not everyone is a good multi-level marketer. They're not. Not everyone is. And unfortunately, those that fail, because multi-level marketing companies are linked with pyramid schemes, and because when businesses fail, there's so many bad emotions, people get into debt, things happen. Multi-level marketing companies do get tarred. Now, as some of my members of Femme Finance are successful at multi-level marketing, and some have got insignificant amount of debt because of multi-level marketing. But it's not necessarily because of the multi-level marketing. It's because they were bad at business. They are bad business owners. They are not trained in business. They had a bad upline. They wasn't capable of running that business successfully, and they ended up getting into debt. Just like if they opened a normal kind of business, they would have still failed at that business because they didn't have the knowledge, they didn't have the skill, they didn't have the capacity to do it. So that is my opinion on whether you can make an income or not. Yes, you can absolutely make an income, just like you can make an income with any kind of business. If you are knowledgeable, you do your training with the right kind of people, not someone who is all happy, morning babes, yes, that's brilliant. However, they have to know what they're talking about. They have to be knowledgeable. They have to have the business know-how, and they can't be involved in the spammy rubbish. If you've learnt how to be a successful multi-level marketer, you will do well. If you have the skills and the tenacity to do it, you will do well. It's as simple as that. The other thing that is often talked about, positive and negative with multi-level marketing, is the community. Now, when I was a single parent, just had a child, fled domestic abuse in a new city, didn't have any friends, I had a massive support network from the company, the reps that was in my company, and I was in different groups. I had lots and lots and lots of great friends that I made, and some of them I still have now. Some of them don't talk to me because I left, but I left for different reasons. But the community that I had at that time suited and served me at that time. But just like with any kind of networking and business and friendship circles, you have to meet the right kind of people, because just like with any business owner, just like with any community, some people are out for themselves, many people are out for themselves, and sometimes that's fine, putting yourself first, but not everybody is going to back your corner. So I had a positive experience meeting a brilliant, like-minded girls, a great community, and I still have those friends now. However, some vulnerable people join multi-level marketing companies. They're already vulnerable anyway, many of the times. They join multi-level marketing companies. They make great friends. They tell them their life story. They, make themselves even more vulnerable. They pick the wrong people. They get gravitated towards the people that in their life they've always been victims of. And they end up getting taken advantage of, just like you would with anything. Once they leave, or if they don't make sales, they get belittled. But it is also with any job, any company, if you were an actual employee, if your manager was belittling you and forcing you to do things you didn't want to do, was bullying you, was harassing you, you would report them to the relevant authorities. And if this has happened to you in multi-level marketing, if you report it to the company, they are usually, and I've seen this myself, usually pretty good at disciplining those distributors. Just like you would with a normal job where you report it, hopefully the issue would be sorted. But unless you report this kind of thing, and I don't just mean to the media, I mean to the actual company, often those reps get not dealt with correctly. So if you have been a victim of a bad upline or other people in that community, then absolutely report it as you would in a normal job. But I had positive experience, and I know lots of people love the multi-level marketing network for their community. So that's one of the positives, but again, it can also be the negative, as in with all businesses. So another brilliant, and one of the reasons why I joined a multi-level marketing company is because there is very, very limited small setup costs. I liked this concept at the time. I had no money. I was in significant debt, and there was very limited setup costs. So I really, really appreciated having the small setup costs. I wanted to be my own business owner. I wanted to work the hours I could work. I wanted to run it my way, and having, you know, that small business cost, if it failed, I wouldn't have lost much. You know, I did a business plan like you would normally do for any business, and I stuck to it. And if it did fail, I would have stopped there. I wouldn't have gone into any more debt. So it's really, really important that you do check that out and make sure that you're not getting yourself into debt by joining the business. Many businesses for the first 12 months don't make any profit. So as long as you're not getting yourself into debt and you've just got a business plan of how much you're willing to invest in your business, you should be okay. You know, that's one of the perks of multi-level marketing, is there's not a significant amount of setup costs. If there is a significant amount of investment, maybe double check it's not a pyramid scheme, because usually multi-level marketing have low setup costs. Pyramid schemes have high investments. So another reason is I had time to enjoy with my family. Some spend so much time spamming and commenting on posts and you know, and harassing family members to buy things from them, that they might actually damage relationships with their family. But if you run it properly like a business and market it properly and not get into these spammy practices, it can create an income for you to work around your family life. So that is, for me, one of the positives. The low startup costs, and I think as well, if you have a good upline, you're able to set up a business with limited knowledge as well, but you need to make sure you do the training and the proper training, not just the, you know, the training that some of them give you. That is spam, join groups, sell to your friends, do this, that, and the other. If you don't have a good upline, you need to leave and find a new upline, or find somebody to mentor you better. There is so many positives and negatives of multi-level marketing companies and joining them. You have to do your research and you have to treat it like a business. You can't just go in and say, this girl's been successful, I can. Because if everyone could get rich from multi-level marketing companies, everybody would be doing it. If everyone could get rich from being a hairdresser, everyone would be doing it. If everyone could get rich from being a car sales company, everyone would be doing it. Not everyone can sell cars, not everyone can be a hairdresser, not everyone can be a multi-level marketer. So just to recap, the most important bit of this live, a multi-level marketing company is a legal channel for selling actual products. It's a marketing strategy which uses distributors and levels of compensation to pay distributors, and like it's legal. A pyramid scheme has no product or service. It asks for big investments. It's more about recruiting and getting those to invest for you to recruit your money. It's fraudulent and it is illegal. Multi-level marketing companies are legal and is $1 million industry, whereas a pyramid scheme is often disguised as a multi-level marketing company, but it's actually fake investments. So you need to do your research, you need to check what's right and what's wrong, and before you do that, before you actually join anything. Now, I just had a question from somebody, I won't name them, but the question was, do you feel that the time you put into it was worth the money? For my business at the time, it absolutely was. It wasn't just worth the money. It gave me sanity. It gave me friendship. It gave me a purpose. I didn't make lots of money, but I had enough to put petrol in my car and pay my car insurance. However, not everyone is like me. Not everyone has the skill set as me. Not everyone has the business knowledge as me. I've always worked in this kind of business. I've always worked in sales and in marketing. I had those strategies before I joined a multi-level marketing company. My upline just was rubbish, like literally rubbish. I ran the business my way. I actually did when I joined, I did a business plan. I did a SWOT analysis. I did my goals. I did my marketing strategy all by myself. And I did that for my business. So I absolutely believe my initial investment and the money that I did originally put in and the money that I earned was worth it at the time. Yes, I didn't become a millionaire from it. I don't even think I've become a multi-thousandaire. I probably made, I did make 4 figures at least. I didn't make anywhere near 5 figures, but for the 6 months that I was involved in a multi-level marketing company, at that time I made friends. I had a purpose. It kept my business know-how being used. I set up a marketing funnel, and all the things that I used then, I use now in my business. So absolutely, not just the money was a perk, but the sense of worth, the belonging, the getting up in the morning and having a purpose, being part of something, and having a vision and living my goals. Absolutely, I do not regret a moment of being involved in a multi-level marketing company. It didn't make me lots of money. It gave me a few perks, but the benefits for me at that time was far higher than money. I put in what I wanted to put in. I said to myself, I'm going to invest £100, which was a lot of money for me then. I was a single parent, I'd fled domestic abuse. I was in a significant amount of debt. I put £100 in. That £100 I used really wisely. Obviously, I brought my kit. Many people do things like they buy business cards, they buy stickers, they do all these different crazy things. And and what I did is I invested in my kit and I invested in courses to help me sell. That's what I invested in. I invested in a course of how to build a sales funnel. So I continuously had leads coming in. So I didn't have to spam my friends and my family and join Facebook groups and be crazy and everyone would be like, oh gosh, here's the Avon lady knocking on the door. But no, it wasn't Avon. But I didn't have to do that and embarrass myself. I literally built a sales funnel that I continuously had leads coming in. I continuously woke up every morning and I had new inquiries. I spent my £100 investment on building that sales funnel, and I actually went on a course to build a sales funnel, and that's how I did it. So I invested in knowledge. I didn't trust my upline, knew what she was doing, because she was just a bit spammy and a bit crazy and a bit fake. And I was like, no, I'm investing in this. This is my business. I will run it this way. Not everyone is like that. Not everyone's able to have a multi-level marketing company. So you need to do your research, invest what you're investing, and do not invest anymore. If you're making money, obviously you can reinvest your profits, but it has to be your profits. You know if you brought a business, you know what you're investing. Some businesses you don't make money for the first 12 months, but you have to know what you're investing and you have to stick to it. If your upline saying, oh, you're only £50 from hitting your target, maybe you should just buy it so you get your commission. You have to weigh up if that's worth it. If your commission's more than your £50 after you paid everything, that's different. But if it's just so they can hit their targets, or you have to really be business savvy. You have to have a business plan. If this is a business to you in a way for you earning money, you need to have a business plan. You need to have a marketing plan. You need to know what you're doing this month, next month. You need to have your targets. You need to live and breathe it like you would a normal business. So that's everything from me. I hope this has helped some people. This is my opinions. This is my experiences. There are positives and negatives. Not everyone is going to make money from multi-level marketing companies. And some people will lose money. Not everyone will have the experience that I had. But like I said, it does take a certain person to be able to be successful in multi-level marketing. And it takes a certain person to run a brilliant hairdressing business. It takes a certain person to run a good car sales business. Everyone is different, and not everyone is going to be successful at multi-level marketing. If you're not successful, go and find something else. Don't keep investing your money. There's plenty of ways you can build communities. You can join mum groups. There's lots of ways you can find friends. Just don't join the hype if you're not skilled in selling and you're not skilled in marketing. Treat it like a business, because that's what it is. So I hope that's helped. Thanks, Millie. And I hope that's answered everyone's questions. If you do have any questions, send me a DM. I have lots of members that are Fem Finance Academy that have multi-level marketing companies and businesses, and like I said, some are successful and some have significant debt because of them. And if you're one that has debt because of them, send me a DM, see how I can help you. If you are successful, if it's a successful business for you and a successful side hustle, also send me a DM and I'll see how you can make more money from that. So yeah, send me a DM if this has been helpful to you, and if you want any more like this, send me some topics for me to go live with. I am going to have a income for single parents hopefully next week with Anika. So yeah, look out for that. But I am going to be doing some more lives so we can kind of zero in on some topics like this. Right, good night everyone. Bye.